That's so dope, man. I wish I was you right now. Like, I really still want to learn how to DJ, guys. Like, it's still one of those things that I still want to do. Like,
Yeah,
and I feel like I will do it. I definitely will. I need to make it work some day or another.
yeah,
And my thing is, as much as I'd like to gig, when you've just been wanting to do something for your entire life,
yeah.
just to
But,
fulfill that space in your heart. That's the main reason. Gigging would be awesome. Knowing, like, having contacts, going out there, that would be great.
mm,
But for me, it's more of a why don't you? Like, you've always wanted to. So if you feel like you can, go for it. So I think that's the main reason that's going to push me really.
yeah, because I mean, it's the same reasoning for me as well. Because I'm thinking, let's see, if I can do it, why not? And it's something that I want to do.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a bit expensive, the current
I
arrangement,
wanted to
but
say because like the money, the money,
yeah,
my girl. So
yeah,
not I want to do it. I'm like, my girl, do you have money?
yeah.
Like, do you have money?
Yeah, the current arrangement is a bit expensive, but I believe that it will pay
Mm,
off. And it's one of the
definitely.
things, yeah, it's one of the things that has to be done. Anything without a proper sacrifice is not really worth doing. So
I
this is
always
this is
say.
just part of the journey.
Yeah. And how many lessons do you have in total?
It's because if 16 weeks with 13 with 3 lessons per week, that's 40. It's
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be 45 lessons. But so far, but we have to see how we make up for it. But I mean, each
Mm.
lesson, as far as I understand, is like 2 hours. So it's 6 hours per week. But we'll see how we go about it.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, I wish you were. Like, I'm over it if you want to learning. I don't care what you're learning. As
Yeah.
long as it's legal. It's,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm stoked.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, there will come a time as well for you to actually have the time to learn. Because I mean, you're
Definitely.
yeah, you're pretty flexible now in terms of transport, so you can make it work. But even when after I'm
Yeah.
done, yeah, even after I'm done, and I'm in Joburg full time, you can actually make time, so you don't actually have to go to those guys. We'll definitely make time
Yeah.
in between.
So I'll just give you 50% of what I was gonna give the rest to you.
No ways, man. No ways. You get all your money. Anything you make is between you and your manager. For me, it's just paying it forward, man. Because I also have people who taught me for
I
for
believe
nothing.
in that so much.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
believe in that so much. And I feel like, especially more recently, I don't know what's going on, but
yeah,
literally my thought is always, if someone is doing something good for you,
yeah,
there's no need to keep it within. If someone like, for example, I help this man, if you desperately need the money for something else, but if you had the money for it, then go ahead and put it out.
yeah,
Just keep
yeah,
it like an ongoing cycle. I'm really big on paying it forward. It's so hard.
yeah. And that's how communities are built, man. You can't capitalize on everything. You can't make people pay for everything that you are able to give to them. We build a community because we help each other, we uplift
Actually,
each other, we teach wherever we can teach. You can't take money at every turn, because not all the money that you come across is worth taking. Even certain opportunities. I mean, even today, right now, I could at my
yeah,
financial in my financial
yeah,
state, someone could come with 100 million, but I have to look at what that 100 million is worth, because that 100 million might be the most that
yeah.
I'd ever make. And from there, it's just downhill. So it's not really worth it. But yeah, it's all about looking at
You're
opportunities,
losing
looking what,
yourself. You,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, because it's almost similar. It's actually the same thing that Benny the Butcher said. I forgot which song it is. I think it's the one he did with Rick Ross, where he said that he turned
Mm-hmm.
down 500,000 when he had 100,000 in his back in his pocket, which said something. It says something about who he is. That 500,000 wasn't worth it.
Yeah,
Even though if he took it, it was going to be was going to have 600.
Yeah.
But it really wasn't worth it. And you look at where he is now. Now, if you offered him $500,000, he would laugh in your face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Literally. I think most of the time it's understanding that not everything that comes is worth your time and energy and your effort. Especially when literally money is being dangled in front of your eyes. Because I feel that's when most people lose themselves.
Yeah.
Especially if they're in for lack of a better word, a very bad situation. They feel like I'm already struggling, I'm already losing a lot. So what more can I lose?
Yeah.
From what I've lost now. So might as well.
Yeah, well, when you're at 10 rand, and someone offers you 10 rand, it's very it's enticing. Yeah, it's very tempting to take it, but it's not always worth taking that money.
It is.
Yeah, but anyway,
honestly, I just wish everyone was like that. But that's fine, guys. That's part of my life.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So, I mean, it's just the way life is, And where we are now, I mean, we are more than 2,000. Yeah, there's more than 2,000 years worth of lessons in this world. You can't be making the same mistakes that other people have made.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't even need the entire 2,000 years. You can just look back like 10 years ago, look at the kind of decisions that people made, and you can learn a lot from those, and and build a good life for yourself. Because it's not always about time. It's not always about having things now, having everything now.
It really isn't.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need to be patient. Even if you fall behind from your peers, you'll eventually catch up.
That's difficult, bruh. Yeah. It's difficult. I'm not gonna lie. I always say, we always speak about things, and we think things are that easy to achieve, right?
Yeah.
And it's not. And I feel like the main reason 99% of our age mates are suffering from anxiety and all of that's the main reason. Literally, if you could find out the main reason somebody has anxiety attacks and panic attacks, it's not family related, it's not health wise, it's literally the fear of failure. It's literally, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to get it. I'm not going to buy myself a house. And that's what's crippling literally the entire generation. It's so wild.
Yeah, it's mostly peer pressure. And this is also another lesson that we usually get on Twitter, on social media, that we are out here competing with people who come from rich families, people who commit crimes, people who have friends in high places, corruption. And you are here just trying to make a way with no connections, with no money from family. You're starting from zero, and now you're spending everything that you have, when people are spending pocket change from their perspective. So it's not worth competing with anyone. Just keep to yourself, man, and keep moving at your own pace.
It's so wild. You look at gala dinners. There's a dinner I was looking at right now on Instagram. The one, I think it happens after the Grammys.
Yeah.
And there's a picture that was posted by Rock Nation. There was DJ Khaled. They were all there basically, but the main picture, the first one I saw, it was Wizzy, Khaled, Rick Ross, and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, guys, that's the money you can't make under an employer.
No ways.
There's no way. There's no way. And it's so hard. Yeah.
Yeah, and because it's not even just about the employer making that money from the employer. It's also about those connections. I mean, just imagine being in the same room with DJ Khaled and Jay-Z and the likes. There's so much you can take away from that. So I mean, yeah. But one day we're also gonna find ourselves at those Rock Nation
positivity.
Yeah.
You're gonna be a Buntle as well. I'm like, when would this sell out here rocking? And I'm looking, let's call public choreographed for Renaissance somewhere. We don't know, because the tour is starting soon, right?
Yeah.
And apparently there's gonna be an African leg. They haven't confirmed it. But it's possible that she's probably gonna choreograph for that. And honestly, I'd be stoked if she does. Like, I'm not a beef fan. I haven't listened to Renaissance. But if she choreographed for that, I'm definitely paying attention. I'm focusing on it.
Yeah, but
Anything for wins, guys.
yeah, in my mind now, because I wasn't sure, I actually didn't know there would be an African leg. But in my head, with an African leg, I'm seeing her going to either to Ghana or Nigeria.
Yeah, not
I do
SA.
not see her. Yeah, I do not see her in I don't see her in South
Same.
Africa.
But also that would be fair, as much as with her, with Global Citizen, it wasn't entirely her concert, but
Yeah,
she did come,
yeah.
and people got, I mean, there are people who came from Ghana, people who came from Nigeria to see her
Mm.
a Global Citizen. So if she goes to those countries, I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. The same way people are paying for flight tickets to Europe for that leg of the tour, they can do
Yeah,
that for Ghana. I mean, guys, it's Africa. I
yeah,
don't see why
yeah,
not.
yeah.
So if there is an
And
African leg, I really feel like anyway it goes to the beehive should go.
yeah, because even if when you look at these big concerts, these big events that are happening, particularly around Amapiano and Afro beats, they're all
Yeah,
happening in Nigeria and Ghana. There's nothing like that happening in South Africa. For us, it's just Malom, the
yeah.
small events. It's nothing that brings in international artists.
And people are actually are flying out circuit. So even I think this past December there was a main one in Ghana,
Yeah.
and people actually instead of going to Cape Town like they usually do on the 31st, people
Mm.
spent it in Ghana because of that. So
Yeah.
I see it as a good thing, man, for not just Africa, but for the music industry in Africa as a whole.
Yeah, it is. It's a very good thing, and it also is going to humble. It's humbling us a lot as South Africans,
Yeah,
because it's
yes,
reminding us that it's Africa is not all about South Africa. There's so much that is going on throughout the entire continent,
yeah,
and so it's a good thing. It's a good thing that that all these things are happening in those countries. I just hope that the political situations also gets better in those countries,
yeah.
so the infrastructure gets better, the level of crime gets better, so it's easy for us to visit those countries without worrying about anything at all.
Boring, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but anyway,
Not true.
Z, we've just been going off for I don't know almost 10 minutes now.
That's one thing
It's
about us.
it's our first episode back. Welcome to the first episode of the Oracles in the year 2023. We're actually supposed to start in January. We thought we'd start
Yeah,
in January, but we are here not by ourselves. We allow God to push this thing as He wants it to happen. It's not all about us. We don't make all the decisions ourselves. But anyway, we are back. How you doing, Z?
I'm not. Thank you. I mean, I'm just shocked it's already February the 7th. That
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, where's the year flying to? Like, I'm really
Yeah.
trying to understand where's the year flying to.
Oh, but actually, I'm looking at this week like it's very, very slow, because I can't even believe that it's still Tuesday.
And this
Because it
week is
feels,
just
yeah, this week is moving at a snail's pace. It's moving very, very slowly. But yeah, we went through January without even feeling it like most other years.
yeah,
January just flew by. But the good thing is, even though this week is moving very slowly, but February is also the shortest month of the year.
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
we're close. We're close to getting past it.
Yeah, we are moving, chief.
Yeah, we are really moving. So the Grammys happened this past week. They happened for us. It actually happened yesterday,
Yeah,
early yesterday morning, and there was a lot of talk going on. But you know what? One thing I actually wasn't able to watch it. But I one thing that I actually saw on YouTube was the 50th anniversary of hip hop, the tribute to hip hop, which was so
Buster
incredible.
Rhymes. Buster
Yeah.
Rhymes, guys. I'm sorry. You know, I feel like that verse deserves it. And I don't know what to even give it.
Yeah.
You know that verse,
But
yeah, Pastor, on look at me now, guys. It
yeah.
deserves everything and more. Like
Yeah.
for years to come.
Yeah. And
Oh,
they actually kept cutting to Jay-Z throughout the entire tribute. But
he
when
was
it came to
so
Busta Rhymes, yeah, and Jay-Z, well, throughout the entire tribute, he's been rapping along to most of the song, all of the songs basically. But when it came to Busta Rhymes, it couldn't keep up. It just couldn't keep up.
I feel like with that verse, all of us can start.
Yeah.
At some point, like, hi, I need to catch my breath. I need to catch my breath. Then I'll try and go back. But that was a beautiful moment, man. I saw this as well, LL Cool J. I'm like, this guy doesn't age, number one.
No.
He still looks the same. And Queen Latifah and Salt, I'm like, this is amazing. Yeah. I think it took us all back to the time a lot of people fell in love with hip hop, what hip hop meant to a lot of us.
Oh, yeah.
It was a good moment, man. I felt like, because I didn't watch it with tape at that time, right? And I kept on seeing snippets. I'm like, I need to like to check this out.
Yeah.
And I did. I didn't watch the entire show because I really don't have the time, but I managed to catch that 50 year anniversary situation going on. And I was like, this is amazing. I watched it, I think, probably 3 times.
Yeah, no, it really was amazing, and it was actually put together by Questlove, from the Roots. So, and he was talking about how actually it was so crazy having to bring everyone together, especially with a lot of the hip hop acts boycotting the Grammys for quite a while because they've been snubbed since the late 80s actually. They've been speaking against the Grammys, some of which is Public Enemy. Drake is recently also started boycotting the Grammys, but
Nicki as well.
Yeah. And it's all. But the thing is, Will Smith, because I was waiting to see Will Smith come out, but when I actually looked at it, actually when I was looking up the whole thing, the whole list and everything of everyone that was there, they mentioned that he's actually on set right now doing the for Bad Boys 4. Yeah, so he couldn't make it, and it would have been so great to actually have. But Jazzy Jeff was there though. But it would have been so great to have them both because they were the first ones to win a Grammy for best hip hop. They were the first people to win a Grammy for that. But and someone actually mentioned the whole LL Cool J, Ice-T, and Queen Latifah thing. That Middle America is totally confused watching the Grammys, seeing LL Cool J and Ice-T on stage rapping because they actually know them as actors. So it's a bit of a surprise to see them on stage rapping. But also Method Man was also there on behalf of Wu-Tang. And Rakim as well. Rakim actually wearing Air Force Ones, matching his jacket, the Gucci Air Force Ones. Those are very nice. I'm not one for designer clothing. I'm not really keen on designer clothing like Gucci and all of that. But those Air Force Ones, man, I would just because they're Air Force Ones. Yeah, those ones I would actually buy.
A lot of money for those.
Those ones I would actually buy. But in the whole of Interscope basically also wasn't there. 50 Cent, Eminem, Dr. Dre. But Dr. Dre though was given an award. I think it's a Lifetime Achievement Award or something like that. No, it wasn't a Lifetime Achievement Award. I forget what they call it. But it's the first. He's the first person to actually get it. And Jay-Z as well performed later with DJ Khaled. God did. Alongside Lil Wayne and all of, and it was Lil Wayne. Who else was there? Nas wasn't there.
Nas wasn't there.
Yeah, I forget who else was there. But yeah, it was a pretty. I mean,
Kendrick was there with those sneakers. He wasn't performing with them, but Kendrick sneakers. I don't want to touch on the sneakers, no, but seeing that you mentioned the ones that I think was wearing.
Rakim, yeah.
Oh, what are those? The ones that. Kendrick was wearing, guys. What are those?
Kendrick is getting a bit weird because did you even see his outfit? It was dressed basically for work. Because it was wearing a shirt and tie, and it's got the jacket and the cap, and it's got his name tag, his access card clipped on his pants.
What's going on? I'm not impressed. I'm really not impressed.
Yeah. No, but he's being a bit weird. And actually, recently I was going back on his all the discography, I was listening to Section 80 as well as Good Kid, Mad City. Good Kid, Mad City, obviously being my best album from Kendrick.
Yep.
Incredible album. But actually, I want us to just go back on the winners and some of the categories over there, because there's a lot of noise going on social media about Beyonce not winning album of the year. They're actually more concerned about that Harry Styles won it above Adele and
That's what I
Beyonce.
wanted to say, actually. That's what I
Yeah,
wanted to say. I feel like it's not even a Beyonce thing necessarily. It's a why Harry Styles. And now my
yeah.
question is, why not Harry Styles? Why not Adele as well?
Because I think Renaissance is a great album. It's a great album as far as how people have received it. For me, I couldn't
But
listen
for
to the whole album.
Beyonce,
Yeah, yeah.
but
For
for
Beyonce,
Beyonce, I feel like, nah, she's
yeah,
given us greater.
yeah. She has done better. And I hope the Beehive doesn't come for us for this, but she has actually done better than this. I believe even Lemonade was better than Renaissance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but for me, uh, I feel like Adele should have won it just for I Drink Wine alone. I would have said I
Yeah,
say Adele could have won that one.
easily as well for me. Adele, also, I feel like compared to other Adele albums,
Yeah,
personally, I enjoyed the ones prior to this one. But
yeah,
also, I really enjoyed this one, just not as much as the others.
it
So
was
I see why it could have been contender, and I see why it could have won if it had won. There's
yeah,
nothing about it that says like it shouldn't have won. It was amazing, but clearly,
yeah,
Harry took this one.
yeah. So anyway, moving on to record of the year. Lizzo won that one for About Damn Time. But I have no complaints there. It's a great song. About Damn Time is a
Yes.
great song. Yeah, I don't know.
And
How do you feel
she's a
about that one?
great performer, man. And she's a great performer, man.
Yeah,
And I think, you know, it's the smallest things that I look at as well. Now, I was
yeah,
looking at how she was excited for everyone's wins throughout the night.
yeah,
And it makes you appreciate a person even more. She
yeah,
was stoked when Harry won. She's been happy. So when that happens for you, or for you, and people are looking at it from the outside, they
yeah,
can't be mad. You can't help but
yeah,
smile. Like, no, clearly she deserves it, because even if she hadn't won it, she would have been happy for whoever won it, because the other categories that she was nominated in that she
yeah,
didn't win, but she was still happy for the winner.
yeah. But
So I think it's the smallest things. Kindness goes a long way.
I feel like Lizzo was more excited just to be there than to actually
Yeah,
win anything.
definitely.
Because I
The
mean,
selfies, posing with
yeah,
Adele, losing her
she was
mind
sitting
over
at the same table as
Beyonce.
Adele, so
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So, but anyway, actually going back quickly to album of the year. For the nominees there. So Harry
Mhm.
Styles won that album of the year award above ABBA. I didn't even know
Mhm.
ABBA was still releasing music. Above Adele, Bad Bunny, Beyonce, Mary J. Blige, Brandy Cartier, Coldplay, Kendrick Lamar for Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, as
Mhm.
well as Lizzo for Special, which is also huge for Lizzo to
Mhm.
be there,
It is
nominated as well.
very,
Yeah.
very.
Yeah, but Kendrick, very very good album. But yeah, I wouldn't put him as a total contender for album of the year. And then
You
record
know.
of the year, Lizzo won it
Mhm.
over ABBA, over Adele,
Mhm.
Beyonce, Mary J. Blige, Brandy Carlisle, Doja Cat, Steve Lacy, Kendrick Lamar for The Heart Part 5, as well as Harry Styles. Now for that one. I feel like Kendrick could have been or was also a contender for the Heart Part
Yes.
Five,
Yes.
but I have no complaints that Lizzo won that one.
Won that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
So
it's just understanding music on a broader scale. I mean, we right now we sit here as music fans, yes, right,
yeah,
as hip hop lovers, right? But I feel like at the end of it all, holistically, we just like a music fan. We appreciate the art. And I feel
Yeah,
like that's how a lot of people need to look at music. Yes, you can be a staunch rock and rock fan, right? But
yeah,
now if you're putting a lot of categories together, I feel like your biasness must move aside. You're looking
yeah,
at the content that was given, the
yeah,
quality that was given, the like literally every single thing that went into making that song or the album, it
yeah,
comes into play. It's no longer about your favorite artist, it's no longer about your favorite genre, but it's
yeah,
how not only did the music get received, but how well it did, how
yeah,
amazing it is, and how long lasting it is.
yeah. Yeah, because it's all at the end of the day, it's all about the music. It's not about who
Exactly.
we love. Yeah, and
Yes.
then moving on to Song of the Year. I don't know, who do you think should have gotten that one? Because there's
And the
Kendrick.
thing is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's Kendrick on there for the Hard Part Five, which I believe should have
Mhm,
actually won that one because the writing on there was so beautiful. The way that that they actually did that
yeah.
one, he did that one so beautiful. The Scott did by DJ Khaled,
Mhm,
not so much. Easy on Me by Adele,
mhm,
beautiful writing as well. Beyonce
mhm.
with Break My Soul, that was also I don't know. It's okay. I believe it's okay. And then there's Bad Habits by Matthew
Mhm,
Castellanos. There's As It Was by Tyler Johnson. Um, All Too Well by Taylor Swift. And
mhm.
Lizzo for About Damn Time. And Sarah Davies with ABCDEFU.
Personally, right, putting Kendrick aside, I
Yeah.
could have easily went with Easy on Me, and my
Okay.
reasons
Yeah.
easily because there are songs that are big simply because they're from a certain artist. Number
Just yeah.
one. Number two, because of this new plague that I love very much,
Yeah.
TikTok, right? And I
Yeah.
feel like TikTok is, I don't know what's going on, but that thing is a cult, and I'm part
Yeah.
of that cult.
I actually fell for it. It took a while. I didn't want
You
anything to do
see,
with TikTok, but now I've
same.
fallen for it. Yeah.
I didn't want TikTok. I think I joined TikTok when was it November, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for the past 3.5 months, I've been slowly. I just went in
Yeah.
fully. Convinced. That's something. It's a cult. They're running a cult
Yeah.
thing. Yeah, but I was saying there are songs also that are made big by TikTok. And when you listen to the song, most of the time, it's, for lack of a better word, it's trash.
Yeah. It
Literally,
is.
locally, internationally, most of the songs. That's why at time I guess before I could listen to it, is it worth it? Is the snippet the part of the whole song what? Because I've been disappointed one too many times,
Yeah.
But that's why I'm saying there are songs that are big because of that.
Yeah.
But then there are also songs that are not only composed very amazingly,
No, no. Mm.
like the lyrics are great, the composition is amazing, but because of how majestic the song went.
Oh
There's one
yeah.
thing about Easy on Me, it's one of those songs that was literally enjoyed. Yes, they might not understand the lyrics and what the song means, but
Mm.
you'd find 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds singing their hearts out
Yeah. And that's because Adele
to
actually
Easy on Me.
puts her heart into her music.
Exactly, exactly. You find a
Yeah.
20-year-old who's deep in love, which just got her heart broken or whatever,
Mm.
jamming to Adele's music. You find an old person, right? You play it today, you forget about it. If you happen to forget about it, you play it again 2 years from now, it comes back like that song. That song
Yeah.
is the one. And for me, that's what speaks to Records of the Year, Songs of the Year. I feel like it's that's the impact I feel like I need to receive from a song.
Yeah.
Not because of the hype, not because of how great the artist is, or
Yeah.
how much of a community they've built for themselves. Because also communities play a huge role in the amount of money the artist makes or interviews the artist attends and all of that.
Yeah.
Because fans will push you. Fans will like you see how right now that the Navy has been pushing Rihanna for music. I
Yeah.
understand because they are a community. But if you genuinely just making great music, the music speaks for itself, man.
Yeah.
And for me,
Uh,
out of that, like I would have given it to Adele.
Yeah. Yeah. So you would have given it to Adele. But
Yeah,
personally, for me, it's Kendrick, man. The Hard Part Five is just the writing on there is also just amazing. And
mm,
also the fact that he was able to clear a Marvin Gaye sample it's also something else because not anyone you
amazing.
can't yeah it's not easy to
Yeah.
clear a Marvin Gaye sample. So best new artist on there because I don't know if you know any of the other nominees, but there was Lato and Mooney Long as well, but the Grammy for Best New Artist was won by Samara Joy. She's a jazz artist, and she actually performed as well on the evening. So
Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. Munidong and Lato, between Munidong and Lato, I don't know.
I
But
wanted
from
to say money
nah.
for me, guys, hands down. Money long
Yeah.
for me, and I'm not even going to lie.
Yeah.
I feel like she came in and made sure, especially and yes, her entire. I don't know if it's like it's an album. It is an album, right? The entire
Yeah.
album is nice, no? But you see the way she came through with hers and hers.
Yeah.
Yes, the song is big, but the song is good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you
I mean, I
understand?
don't know.
There are
Yeah.
songs that are just big, but then when you listen to it, like, what is going on in the song? There's no
Yeah.
context. There's no content. The composition is off. But hers and hers is amazing, man. Personally, I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah. Because the thing is, for me, I was actually listening to thing. I listened a little bit to Samara Joy. I love her
Hmm.
voice. I love the way that
Hmm.
she actually does her music, her composition as well, her execution. It's just amazing. So
Yeah.
for me, I think I need to listen a little bit more to her before I actually say that somebody else deserves it. So I'm just going to leave it as it is, personally.
I just sounding
Yeah.
political.
Was that?
I just sounding political.
Oh no,
I don't want to be
no.
quoted. Don't quote me on this. Didn't say this.
Yeah. Oh man. No, but anyway, best pop vocal album. That one also won by Harry Styles. But he was competing alongside Adele, ABBA, Coldplay, and Lizzo. So I don't know. What do you think?
Personally, now, I don't want to comment much on that because I used to be a huge Coldplay fan, right? But when it's just been so out of touch with a lot of things,
Yeah,
I haven't really given myself time to listen to them. So I don't want to say Coldplay singing because I love them,
yeah.
but
And
I
you
feel
don't
like
even know the
at this
album, yeah,
point, exactly.
yeah,
But I'm also, Harry Styles has done good in the past year, guys. I feel like that's one thing we can't deny. Whether you're a
yeah,
fan of his or not, whether you're a fan of the genre or not, you know Harry Styles. As a fan
yeah,
of music, you know Harry Styles. You know what he has done, and you know what he's doing, and how he's continuing to put in the work. You
yeah,
know? So I don't want to be mad at him winning because, and also I'm a huge fan of, and I believe in timing,
yeah.
and it could literally just possibly be his time.
Yeah, and that's people are going at him for his speech for saying, particularly for saying, Guti, things like this don't happen for people like him, and people are
They
racializing
don't,
that.
though.
Yeah, but they forget Guti is also human, and being
Yeah,
white does not necessarily mean that you've also had it easy, and everything that you do comes easy for you. So for him
exactly.
to say that, it's not about saying, Guti, this doesn't happen for white men in music because we know the privileges that white men have generally.
Yeah,
But when it comes to the arts and the music, it doesn't matter what race you are. Either you're good or you're not. And also, when it's your time, it is your time. So
it's
for
the
him, it's
time.
just it's talking about his background, coming from one direction, from a boy band. It is not, and it's not even like they were friends or anything. They were just brought together.
Yeah,
It's a manufactured boy band, and for him
boy
to
band.
break
Yeah,
away from that and to build
he's so
a solo
good.
career, yeah, there aren't a lot of people. I mean, the only person that I can think about that actually made it big, coming from a boy band, is Justin Timberlake
It's
out of
Ko.
NSYNC. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have to.
I mean, there's that as well. There's KO as well. I don't know if you actually heard his song
I bore
that he
myself,
released
guys.
last week.
Yeah, bore sometimes.
I don't know if you heard his song that he released last week. As I'm
I
trying to
did.
remember. Yeah, Forecast. Yeah, Forecast 23.
Before we say, let's finish it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's finish. You're breaking, Z.
Okay, I think it's back now.
Oh yeah, yeah. It looks like you're back. You were saying?
Now, Sam, before we segue, let's just finish about the Grammys because one thing about us, we'll segue and
Yeah.
just not come back.
Some of the other categories is music that we don't really listen to, so we're just gonna skip those. But then there's best R&B performance. There's Mooney Long for, I don't know, is it Hours and Hours or Hers and Hers?
It's hours and hours.
Yeah, it's Hours and Hours, right? Okay.
Just
So
for hours and hours.
yeah, it's Hours and Hours. Yeah, so Mooney Long won the Grammy for best R&B performance. She beat Beyonce for Virgo's Groove, Mary J. Blige featuring Anderson .Paak with Here With Me. There was also Jasmine Sullivan as well as Lucky Day. I don't know. For you, who do you think should have won that, or are happy with Mooney Long?
Not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Yeah.
I think my thing now is I'm invested, right, in all the awards, like any awards, like any country that I'm invested in, but I just try and not make it personal.
Yeah.
Because I always believe there's a reason. There's a reason why the person won. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just how I've always looked at it. Even like local awards, whether it's hip hop or the Summers or the Metros.
Yeah.
For me, yes, there are some categories where you feel like, but guys, you can see here, there was a payola or some sort,
Yeah.
But most of them are like, this person probably deserved it. And when you see, really, the numbers speak for themselves. The music speaks for themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, there's one award that went to someone that I really love yesterday, but I'm like, nah, guys, we don't even know the song. Let's not lie.
Yeah.
Like, and now it's making up as a country and look like 4-5.
Yeah.
No, it's making us as a country, as a whole country, look like no, guys.
Yeah, and we don't even know the song, but we have to be happy for them because they're South African anyway. So
and I love them. Like I don't know the white guy. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know the white guy.
Yeah.
I like the other two, but I'm like, there's a song the lady gave us that could have easily won the Grammy because of how big it was.
Yeah, but actually,
she even mentioned it. She even mentioned it on her speech.
Yeah, but actually, I'm kind of happy that that other song didn't win it, even though it was big. Simply because Nomcebo was cut out of it. She was not given what she deserves. So I'm happy with. I'm okay with.
I get that, but I feel like that one would have made more sense.
Yeah, that one would have made more sense.
Even the people in that arena knew the song. Everyone there knows the song. They might not know that it's sang by her, but everyone in that room knows the song. And this one here, we were introduced to it yesterday morning. I kid you not. Everyone took their phone yesterday morning. They were like, yeah, which one is this one? We were all like,
yeah. And people actually
listen, like,
yeah, and people are actually questioning why it wasn't Burna Boy, because Last was a huge hit. Was a huge hit.
Oh.
Yeah. So
Last was big, and literally, I can't speak for Asia, but like Last was huge in a lot of continents.
Yeah, and I think it's one of the songs.
Like literally, yes.
It's one of the songs that has made Burna Boy a global artist, global star. But yeah, anyway.
I saw some shade. Apparently, it's pointed at Burna from Diddy. I don't know how true that is. He posted something along the lines of, "I helped you win your first Grammy. So how did you think how did you expect to win a second one at my house?" So I'm not sure if it was pointed at him. So, but apparently,
yeah.
And if that's the case, then Diddy's money is long, guys. He might not even ever win it.
But even that, actually, for him to say that, it brings to question the legitimacy of the Grammys.
But also, I feel like it also solidifies how good of a song Love Lost is.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
oh yeah, it
to
does.
me, it says the only reason it didn't win is clearly because people were
They're
told
not.
not to make it win, not
Yeah,
because it's not great of a song, you know?
yeah, yeah. And you have to remember, there's people actually voting behind. Actually vote
Exactly,
for the winners in all these categories. Okay, so
exactly.
moving on to best rap performance, Kendrick Lamar won that one for the Hard Part Five.
Hmm.
I'm happy.
With those sneakers.
Um, yeah, and the access card. But he beat DJ Khaled, Doja Cat. Vegas is actually a very nice song as well by Doja.
Mhm.
Ghana as well alongside Future and Young Thug, as well as Hit Kid and Glorilla with FNF. I'm happy with Kendrick winning that one.
Same. Easily,
Yeah,
hands down, I really am.
yeah,
And as much as she's my namesake, ne, hey,
yeah.
a lot has to come for me to listen to Doja. I
Nah.
try, but
Yeah, for me as well.
I really
For me as well, it's like
no.
there's only certain songs that I'm able to listen to, but
Same,
it's
same.
not. Yeah, it's not the whole thing. Best rap
Ofano,
album.
who's this? Sorry about that. Ofano, no, Megan. Same
Oh,
thing with
Megan Thee
Megan. I feel
Stallion.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, uyangirasela. Ndine-nerve, guys. Ngimdala.
Yeah, and it
And I
also
can only listen to
remind.
so much.
Yeah, it also reminds me that there's only like a certain number of female rappers that I can actually listen to, simply because of the lyrical content and the delivery.
Yes,
It's
yes.
not about them being women or anything, but it's just I'm not able to listen to it. And it's the same with even a lot of
Yeah,
guys. Yeah, actually based
yes.
on who I listen to, based on on their delivery, on their sound, and if they're easy on my ear
Delivery.
or not. Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes for me, the content is not even a big part of it. It is because I want to hear rap, right?
Yeah,
But for me also, the sound and delivery, I don't want people to make noise. Maybe that's why I'm not into trap. Like I
yeah,
really can't enjoy trap. Like trap, young Rasela. Like oh, it's a lot for me.
yeah.
It's a lot. I feel like maybe that's why also I can't relate to these new school cats, the ones who all have like a little something before their names,
Oh, yeah.
because they all are little
Yeah.
something. I really can't because they're loud. And I realize that abaningi they actually make good music from. You see how people can post like a screenshot on Instagram or
Yeah,
post a video of the lyrics.
yeah.
And you read those lyrics, I'm like, this is actually good content. These people are actually giving us music. They actually
Mm.
speaking about the ills of the world or whatever. But because
Yeah,
of the sound and the deliverance, it just doesn't resonate. And I'm like, I really can't. That's why I can listen to a Rhapsody album from back to front.
yeah.
The
Easily.
sound is clean. The sound is
Yeah,
clean. The deliverance is neat.
yeah.
Even
Easily.
if she's cursing, the deliverance is neat. There's
Yeah.
no need to shout. Why are we fighting? For me, that's my biggest problem. I can't. I like, and it might be a lame reason for anybody else, but
Yeah.
I genuinely, for me, it's a
It's
reason.
a
That's
genuine
why
reason.
I'm also not a big Future fan. Future
Yeah.
makes nice music. I'm not gonna like it, but it's loud.
Yeah, he
And
is.
I suffer from migraines. You know this, so
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm
Yeah.
too young, guys. I can't.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, I think we've actually exhausted the list based on everything that we listen to. Because yeah, there's also Kendrick one is what's best hip hop. I forget what the other category is, but he walked away
Mm-hmm.
with like two awards, I think, last night, which I'm happy about.
I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah, when your favorite artist actually walks away with a Grammy, it's something to be happy about. Yeah, so
True.
it was best rap album and best rap song. Oh, it's three actually as best rap performance as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I'm not.
so
I'm not mad. I'm
yeah,
not mad.
I'm happy.
I'm a Kate Dot fan, guys.
Yeah,
I'm a Kate Dot till the death of me. So I'm happy.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, we have about 5 minutes left. We don't have a lot of time left, see. But I just want to ask you about this year. What are you hoping for this year for yourself, for the podcast, whatever? What are you hoping to see this year?
What I'm hoping for literally speaks to myself, to us as this podcast.
Yeah.
As financially, that's all. No, but honestly, I really feel like, I'm a very positive person, right?
Yeah.
But I'm also realistic. In the sense of I can plan, God decides, literally.
Yeah.
I'm going to everything I'm going to do this year. I'm trying by all means to jot it down. I'm trying to plan.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have a reason for anything I'm doing, personally, career-wise. Every move I'm making, I'm trying to have a solid plan for it, right?
Yeah.
But as I said, God decides. I really want to see ourselves doing better and greater. Like see how we're recording, sharp. It's been great. It's been fun. But I really love it because I put God in everything. Because I see God in everything, literally, even the smallest things. So for me, I'd really like to see God playing a huge role in getting us physically together to record our episodes.
Yeah.
For me, I thought that would be a start of greater things, because not only will our sound be crisp, even we already have chemistry online, but I feel like it will be even better in person.
Yeah.
And it will be easier and better as well to have guests over. Especially when you have guests who see how much of an impact you bring into this industry, or not just necessarily hip hop, but as the South African music
in general. Yeah.
Yeah. And you might think people are not watching. I think that's the biggest thing. And it's been a realization for myself. I realized this in December, even in Jan. Yesterday, Sunday. I literally had a few people asking me, like, we haven't dropped an episode in a while. What's going on? Haven't you recorded? And it took me aback. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very talkative when I'm comfortable with you. You know this, right?
Yeah.
But I was speechless for like a couple of seconds, because in my head it's just I really didn't think.
Yeah.
I really didn't think that. Yes, I see the numbers. Yes, at least, but it's surreal when somebody's like, "We've been waiting for this. What happened?"
Well, yeah.
You understand? Or when somebody's like, "As when you're with us, you speak your mind." Especially when it comes to music, you don't care a damn who says what or who does what. But why do I feel like on the podcast you're holding back?
Yeah.
But I'm not. Literally, I'm just saying what's on my mind.
Yeah.
So it's things that people are picking up from doing what, from actually watching.
Yeah.
And for me, it's I'm saying I'm just hoping for growth, man. Growth in every sense of the word. I feel like for me, you know how the bamboo tree grows, right?
Yeah.
It grows for quite a few years underground before it sprouts out.
Before it goes up.
Exactly. And I'm just waiting for the bamboo season in my life, in every sense of the word.
Yeah, no, man. I mean, you've said everything. You said everything. And just to add to that analogy of the bamboo tree, there's something also my mom sometimes making an example of, is that when a building is being built, it always looks like a mess in the beginning. And also the foundation that is built decides how high the building is going to go. So it's the same thing as the bamboo tree. For us, we're still building the foundation. We're still digging out the foundation for us to actually go high, but we're definitely going to get there. I believe that this year is really going to be special for us. We're going to experience things that we aren't even expecting. In our minds, we do have ideas of what we want to do and where we want to go. But I believe that this year we're going to experience that, a lot of that actually. Maybe not everything, because not everything that we want is actually for the best, or it's time for it to happen. But we're definitely going to experience great things that are going to take us to a whole new level. South Africa is going to know us. Yeah, South Africa is going to know us, and they won't know what hit them.
Onwards and upwards. And honestly, now I'm just gonna, when you're gonna have a disclaimer very early on, I feel like we should have had this at the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah,
guys, I'd really like it for people to understand that thoughts that are shared either on podcasts, on interviews, or whatever, they are people's opinions.
Yeah.
People don't need to get bullied because of those. People don't need to get bashed because of those. The minute you disagree with the majority, the minute you disagree with the person that people love, automatically you're in the wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just having an opinion. I'm an individual who's entitled to having an own
opinion. Yeah.
And I don't deserve to be bullied for that. So I really feel like our new supporters and our old ones and the ones who are still going to come, that's one thing I really like for them to accept upon myself, if not for the entire podcast. These are our opinions, and it's something that you're going to stand by because we believe in what we say, it's.
Yeah, no, definitely. We actually have to put up the disclaimer at the beginning of the podcast from now on. But yeah, anyway, Z, thank you very much. It's been great, beautiful starting off the year together again, and we are definitely going to finish it off together again. But from us, the oracles, we'll see you again next week. Have a wonderful one. Cheers.
With your load shedding.
Yeah.